Hey, when's the last time you've actually participated in a game night? I'm not talking about bringing people over to your house. We're talking about with hundreds of people getting online and just having a blast with like-minded couples. Stick around, and we'll show you how you can get crazy with game night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whether you've been married 1 or 20 plus years, at some point you realize you married into crazy. And that's what our show is all about. If your marriage or relationship is compassionate, real, accountable, zealous and yielding, or just plain crazy, Snooks and Lovey offer love, laughter, and a dose of reality as they unpack this thing called marriage. Sit back, relax, and get your ear hustle on. It's time to start the conversation.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy E.T. Look, if you're looking to or you got to raise the bar on your marriage, you gotta click the link and get into Married into Crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this coaching is gonna take your relationship to another level. Now look, you already know you need to raise the bar. You know that already. So stop thinking or overthinking. Click that link, and Marriage into Crazy is gonna take you and your spouse to marital bliss. Now you know. Click the button. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
And I'm Lovey. And we always appreciate you coming back because we know you have a lot of choices. Mm-hmm. You could be listening to a lot of different things, but you've chosen to spend a little bit of time, the next half hour or so, with us talking about all things marriage. Mm-hmm. Right? So before we get started, I just want to remind you to go over to wherever you're listening to us or watching us. If you're on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment or two. If you're listening to us through a traditional audio version, wherever you've downloaded your podcast, be sure to go back and subscribe. And so that way you never really miss an episode. And don't be shy about going back in the catalog. There's 262 different episodes. There's actually more. Some of us, meaning me, forgot to
say, please clarify. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I forgot to label a few. So there's probably closer to 270 or thereabouts. But anyway, go back. There's a lot to listen to, a lot of different subject matter experts like we have on today, as well as other couples that we've interviewed, right?
Yeah, I was getting ready to talk about something else. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Just saying, and also we have the store. We get a lot of people when we're out and about asking about the gear. So make sure you go on to the store to get you some Married into Crazy gear.
And where would they find the store?
In the cloud. No, I'm playing.
It's at marriedintocrazy.com. If you're ever looking for, I want to see what else they do to support and lift up marriages, just go to marriedintocrazy.com. Everything that we do to lift up the covenant is there. Mm-hmm. Right? Raise the Bar, the online training series, which is a self-paced program, is there, as well as the store, as well as
couple-to-couple coaching.
Couple-to-couple coaching. It's all there.
It's all there.
So for those of you that are brand new, if you haven't been with us in the past, we are a couple that's been married for 27 plus years. Mm-hmm. And she just nods a lot. So hopefully you're watching on YouTube.
I mean, I will agree until if he says something that's incorrect, then I'll have to jump in. And
why is it going to be incorrect?
I'm just saying, if you did. I didn't say when. I said if.
Yeah, she's saying, I'm married 27 years. There's a whole lot of you being incorrect. That's what I heard.
Okay, well.
So this is what we do.
That is a perspective. I'm just saying, right?
It is what we do. So we talk about a lot of things. Short version, we got engaged after meeting each other, being forced to meet each other. Mm-hmm. She told everybody I was a nerd.
I didn't tell everyone. I just told my family.
That's a lot of people.
Wow. Okay.
But
Lovey likes to be a victim. I just want to say that right now. Go ahead. Finish.
Wow.
Just go ahead.
All I got to say is nerds got game because 4 months after we were forced to meet each other, after she told everybody in her family that I was a nerd and she didn't know how people thought we were supposed to be together.
I did say that.
4 months later, we were engaged.
We were.
And then a lot of stuff happened. I ended up getting stabbed through the heart by her ex-boyfriend. Yes, I did say through the heart.
He did.
2 open heart surgeries,
a
lot of drama, a lot of finger pointing, people boycotting our wedding.
His family.
She ain't lying. And not the whole family, just parts.
I'm just responding.
Extremely important parts.
I'm responding.
And then 4 years later, she asked for a divorce.
I did.
She did.
What? Really? You going to sit on all the things that you said you sat on that one? She did. Okay,
But
go ahead.
we figured it out, through
We
a lot
did.
of coaching, through a lot of counseling.
He started listening.
And that's why Married into Crazy is here. The things that we were looking for to help us get over the hump, we couldn't find. So we thought, well, why not share our experiences, find resources, share them with the world.
Yeah.
The goal is to help 1 million couples just like us, just like you. And one of the ways we do that,
Hold on. But a lot of times when we get to talking, and I always want to clarify what Married into Crazy is. Crazy is actually an acronym, and it stands for compassionate, real, accountable, zealous, and yielding. Those are the 5 pillars in which we do our coaching, and actually how we even live our lives, and we operate our marriage. So during that, after the year 4, we had to learn compassion. We had to learn how to be real, be accountable, be zealous, and be yielding to each other. And that's something that every marriage actually can benefit from.
every marriage, and quite honestly, every relationship.
Every person.
Though marriage is in our title, marriage is in our ministry, if you will. It's kind of like a street ministry, right? We
got street cred.
we are of the church. Our ministry is of the church, but not necessarily in the church. We are Christian. We don't beat that drum all the time, but people know where our strength comes from. And yet we don't want to make it churchy, but it is a bit of a street ministry. And so what we do is we try to make sure that for those individuals that may not be married, but they're on the path, you've got a long-term relationship, you're engaged. This podcast is for you as well. So be sure to share it with all those individuals that we just mentioned.
Okay, but it's nothing. That's going to be a whole different podcast, in the church and of the church or whatever. I think what Lovey is trying to say is that,
She's woman-splaining.
Because you
Go.
Okay, no, never mind. I'll woman-splain on a different episode, because I'm going woman-splain, apparently.
That's every episode, y'all. That's even when the camera's not running, she is woman-splaining. But you know what? She's got reinforcements today, because one of the things that we love to do is we like to invite subject matter experts, very interesting individuals that we meet that lift up the covenant of marriage. And we also bring in other couples from time to time. But today, it is somebody that you've heard us rave about in the past. In her own special way, has saved our marriage.
Wow.
It's truth. As a matter of fact, so you're like, who are you talking
Saved
about?
our marriage?
It saved our marriage.
Okay, I didn't know our marriage was on thin ice again.
And that's the challenge. Right? She didn't know. She doesn't know. She's oblivious.
I didn't know.
Because,
Kind of like you.
fellas, any fellas out there listening right now, how many of you have actually been lying in bed and it's July 1st.
Oh, here we go.
It's hot, right? It's sweltering, even with the AC on. It's middle of the night. And all of a sudden you're like, why am I sweating so much?
First of
and
all,
you look, and all of a sudden, oh, look, there's a comforter that's been thrown on top of you because somebody next to you has been freezing.
First
and
of
so
all,
and you've been sweating and sweating and sweating. And you're thinking, how could I get past this without destroying my marriage?
First of all, if the air conditioner is blowing, you're not sweltering. Don't be dramatic, okay?
It's July, August. You don't need a comforter on the bed. That's all I'm just saying. But we found a solution, right? We have a longtime listener, a person that's been supporting Married into Crazy for quite some time, and she is amazing. I believe she's like one of those prophets that's been, walking through the desert and just, had her message. She's been saving relationships one at a time. And you're like,
layer by layer, right?
Layer by layer. And who is that person? I'd like to bring and introduce you to Kelly Dobson.
Yes.
From Duvet.
Where's our thing?
Hey, Kelly,
how you doing?
We're doing great.
How are y'all?
How are you?
I'm so excited to be on this because I just love y'all. Y'all are just so silly to me, and I just love that about y'all. And yes, I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. We are excited to have you.
No one's more excited than me.
Oh, he's so ridiculous.
Girl, we look. It's spring.
He's ridiculous.
The weather here is crazy. One day it's like 80 something degrees. The next day, like yesterday, it's raining and sleeting and not snowing, but like We got hail and thunder and lightning. And so we don't know if we're supposed to put the comforter on the bed, take it off the bed, whatever. Right now on our bed, we have a dual duvet. And it is pulled all the way up on her and rolled all the way down on my side.
Yeah.
So there's people out there right now like,
Perfect.
wait, what is this? So I never introduce. I kind of leave it up to you because I always leave stuff out. Can you tell the audience who you are and what you do?
No problem. Okay, so I'm Kelly Dobson, and I invented the dual duvet. And so the dual duvet basically is a full comforter. Has I call it duvet, but it's actually a full comforter, and it has buttons that run down the middle of it, so you can unbutton the comforter halfway, but not all the way. And it allows each person to be able to control their side of the comforter. So basically, if you unbutton your side or unbutton the comforter, one person can roll their side out the way while the other person has their side all the way up. So that's kind of what the dual duvet is. It basically was born out of kind of a selfish place in a way, and like you said, trying to save my relationship. I am a sleep superhero, as I've been called. I've been known to sleep for 14 hours straight.
Wow.
And no lie, not sick, nothing, just I have superpowers. I can drink coffee and go right back to sleep. So to me, sleep is very important. And I'm always having to deal with a hot partner. I'm the cold partner in the relationship. I love my comforter all the way up, no matter if it is July 1st, it is 90 degrees outside. I love my comforter up. I like being a cocoon. And no matter, my boo is always going to be hot. Always hot. Like you said, AC pumping, 2 a.m. Somehow he is hot, and he is throwing his comforter on me or throwing it down so much that now I don't have any comforter. Where did my comforter go? And so to save our relationship, for me not to go to jail, I had to come out with something. I went online. I kind of looked around to see if there was any other solutions out there, and the things that were on the market just was too complex. Basically, I don't need to buy a weighted insert. I don't need to buy 2 different sides, or one side just is heavier than the other side. That's not the function I was looking for. I just wanted to get out of his way, and I could have mine, and we could be together in the same bed, and not have to do this whole let me just buy 2 different comforters and put 2 comforters on the bed. That I'm not trying to wash 2 comforters when it's time for wash day. So came out with the dual duvet, and now it sits on my bed. Also, I have mine perfectly rolled all the way up to my chest. He keeps his, every once in a while he will roll his up. Every once in a while, like in the beginning of the night when it's extra cold because you're trying to get ready for the bed, you're trying to get everything nice and chilly. He's a little too cold, and so I'll notice that he'll roll his side up too. But of course, by the morning, it is down. But the perfect thing about it is I don't get interrupted. I don't feel none of that anymore. And it's not interrupting what I'm doing on my side, which is having my comforter all the way up. You can do whatever you need to do over there.
Right. That's bars right there. I'm just saying, okay.
I'm over here talking about, bruh, I feel you. I feel your pain.
And let me just say this too. The dual duvet, when you put it on the bed, it's like, I felt like, I was like, oh, I don't know, it might be too light, because when we first started using it, it was in the thick of winter, and that thing will keep you warm, and you're not too hot. It's not, it's like, I don't know what type of science you knew about or you put into it, what chemistry class you went to. That thing is so perfect. And like you said, it buttons down, but not all the way down. I don't even know how to describe it. It just literally is perfect. And I have to tell everybody, don't get in my bed. Don't, because they're let me try this out. And it looks nice. It's not like a ugly kind of
No, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It looks nice and fluffy, and it feels great. The buttons are pretty because You have to
Look,
be
the
nice looking.
grandson will sneak in the room and like decide he wants to sleep in our bed, but he won't sleep on my side that's rolled down. He gets under the little comfy side.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, listen,
Side,
audience,
yeah.
everyone's out there probably like, oh, well, is this going to be like one big commercial for Duvet? Yes, yes, this is going to be a huge. And let me tell you why. Every single couple that we've mentioned this to are like, I need that information.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big deal.
It really, really is a big deal. It's so funny because I'd never met a couple who they're both either hot or they're both either cold. There's always one who's either hot or cold. And sometimes, you know, it's the other way around. The woman is the one who's hot and the man is like, oh no, it's a little bit too chilly, you know. But
So they tell me just keep living.
right. It's a relationship. I mean, that's one less thing that you have to argue about or fight about, you know, as far as like the covers. Because I know that there have been many nights where in the past where I would wake up and the covers are down on Lovey's side, but you know that gap of air comes in. Ooh, I do not like the back of my neck better not be cold, you know. So I'm trying to scooch and get under and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he has his leg over on the other side of it, so I can't pull the covers up. This thing has saved some anger in the middle of the night. Real. I'll say that.
There's a couple that I follow on social media, and I don't mind giving everybody a shout out. John and April. They're hilarious, right? But they made this meme, and their social media is on point. And they made this meme about how, you know, she's getting in the bed and he's in the bed, and she just keeps getting closer and closer to like get his warmth to the point where he just falls out of the bed. And it was a time when I saw that, I was like, I feel you. I just know. And it was about the same time we started our conversation when you started your promotion for DuDuvet. I was like, okay, this is just. Yeah. It's not just us. Mm-hmm. And if you would have looked at the hundreds of people that were chiming in on their social media about how, oh, that's me. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. And I mean, this is, and like I said, the comforter is beautiful. You know, it is beautiful. And it comes with matching shams, because if you like the aesthetic, like which I do, it comes with matching shams, and it looks good. And again, one less thing to be upset about, you know.
Yeah, I sell this a lot at home shows. I do a few home shows throughout the year, plan on doing a lot more coming up this year. And that's the main thing that I always hear from couples is like, you know, you get the people who just got the tunnel visions when they're walking through because they don't want to be sold to. But then I kind of hit them with y'all fight over the covers at night? Y'all look like a perfect couple. Y'all don't fight over the covers at night, do you? And then I go and I roll the middle of the comforter down, and they're like, bang, bang, bang. You know? And it's not just the women, it's the men too. Sometimes the men will see it and be like, oh, I gotta tell my wife. I'm gonna bring my wife back around. Hold on. And so a lot of couples don't realize that. Well, a lot of couples know that this is an issue. They just feel like they have to just deal with it. They didn't realize yet that there is actually now a solution for them. So I am trying to, like you said, it's my mission to go out and let every couple know you don't have to suffer anymore. You don't have to argue in the middle of the night anymore. Right. You don't have to get up and go to another bedroom. I promise you, it will work for you.
Look, we do marriage coaching, and believe it or not, it's a topic that comes up. It's like one of those things on the list that just, they don't think it's that important, but it's amazing how many people say the same thing at some point. It may not be like, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, it may not be like an 8 or a 9, but it's on the registry. And that's hilarious to me. Mm-hmm. So keep up the good work.
Well, and then too, when you think about it, I mean, once you get that good night's sleep and you're like, oh, I've been missing this, or, you know, you don't realize, how much you needed it until you actually get it and do it. And you're like, what was I doing all these 15 years fighting about some covers or whatever when I didn't even need to, you know? So
share some of the, just off the top of your head, off the dome, some of like the testimonials that you've received from couples like us, you know, that have utilized your product.
Definitely kind of just bouncing off the same things that you're saying. Basically, the the didn't know they needed it type of vibes, but at the same time, once they got it, it was like, why have we been sitting and suffering for so many years? Well, the dual duvet hasn't been out for that many years, so that's one reason. But now that it's here, you don't have to suffer anymore. And I get other couples that mention that they do like the style of it. I had one couple that they sent me a picture of it on their bed, and they had made the bed and it was all the way buttoned up, and they had all their throw pillows and their little blanket on the side. And I was like, okay, it looks chic. It still looks nice and trendy. And so, they are able to leave it on their bed, multiple nights and not have to just use it basically at the nighttime. And they really feel like, it was been a really good compliment for them and their marriage. I had another couple that he didn't really roll it down. He said that he only buttons it a couple of or like one to three buttons down, just to roll it down past his chest area, because he said that he's not necessarily hot, but his neck and area will get hot. So he's happy that he's able to just roll it down just a little bit and still have the warmth at the bottom, but then, have the sheet at the top and not get so hot when he's sleeping. So I thought that was an interesting way of using the dual duvet, not buttoning it all the way down. For me, I always have my bed right now. Like you said, my bed is made and my side is made all the way to the top and his side is neatly folded down to the feet, because we already know how it's going to be when it comes nighttime. So it's been truly a blessing kind of hearing that I've been able to help couples. Like I said, I knew it was helping my relationship. So why hold this gift? Why not give it to the world so that I can help other people too?
That's right.
And we're listen. I'm the Apostle Paul. I'm out here spreading the gospel because it is the real,
It
real
really
deal.
is.
I talk to anybody. Look, my sister bought one because I put it in our newsletter.
Yes.
And she was like, "Wait, what?" And my brother-in-law called. He was like, "Bruh, thank you so much." He's like, "Where did you find her?" And I was like, "Look, hey, it's amazing." See, even on our website, we talk about how part of our mission is to positively impact over 1 million couples. And ideally, we would love to do that in every capacity. And this is one of those avenues with which I think we can provide positive impact. Sometimes it's referring them over to another podcast or whatever, another voice, other coaches we know. This is another avenue with which I think that when we get to the pearly gates, God's going to be like, my good and faithful son.
Surgeon.
I know, surgeon. Yeah. My good and faithful servant. We also have a dual duvet. It's a little chilly up here, in heaven. So, I'm just saying. But here's the thing.
That's nice.
How do people find you? Like, where do they have the ability to get a dual duvet? What is your website?
Well, it's definitely online. And so the website is thedualduvet.com. So simple, just thedualduvet.com. DuVet. A lot of people are like, how do you spell duvet? DuVet. And I am available online. Right now, I have 2 colors. I have it in chic white and slate gray. I went with gray because it was trending and it was one of the colors that, is on topic right now. So, but I do plan on expanding my color ranges into probably tan. When I'm at the home show, I always get feedback from people. Oh, I want a navy, I want a black, I want a tan. So I definitely think the next step will probably be my beige people who love the beige tan colors. And then the fabric that it is right now is 100% cotton sateen. So it has a very luxurious feel to it. It's cotton, still breathable though. So you kind of get that luxury soft material, but without having to pay so much of that luxury price. So, can't wait to expand anymore. And I almost forgot, I'm also on Amazon. I recently put the dual duvet on Amazon. Yes, I'm also on Amazon. Right now, just the chic white is on Amazon, but you can also find the dual duvet on Amazon. So check it out.
Okay. There you have it.
Okay. I did not know that. Look at you doing big things with
Game
Amazon.
changer. Yes.
We trying over here.
That's what's up.
That's what
Well, that's cool. So you know what? It's funny but that's not the only thing you do to help marriages or help relationships. We got into a conversation a little while ago, and we got into a conversation a little while ago, and I discovered that in the past you've done some game nights.
Yes. Yep. I do a couple of game nights so far. Just something different. You know, the world is a little crazy out there. I'm a homebody. I don't always like going out necessarily, especially as I get up in age and stuff. It's just not appealing. I'd rather be at home in my PJs having a good time. So I came out, decided to do a couples virtual game night, basically, or a date night. Where we, kind of just get on a Zoom call and everybody can be in their PJs, be comfortable at home, and we just have fun. We make cocktails, something that you could kind of sip on through the whole little night. You can also do a little mocktail if you want to. And then we'll go into usually like a scavenger hunt. So sometimes that's kind of fun, especially if you're, now have some competitiveness now. And then just kind of finding things around your house. So that's always fun. And then we go into a little trivia game where we just talk about celebrity, couples, and again, that kind of competitive vibe, play to win some prizes, of course, and just have a good time. It's not long, usually within an hour or so, and just a way to kind of just have a nice break, a nice date night without having to get dressed and go out and be about all the people and stuff like that. So it's been fun in the past. I can't wait to do the next one.
That's cool.
So on that topic, I feel like DJ Khaled, and the next one.
Oh,
So
I'm so sorry.
the next one's coming up.
So sorry. He's just.
Actually, I want everybody to know that you've been gracious enough to allow us to kind of piggyback onto what you're already doing. And May 11th, in the next couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks, on that Saturday, for 7 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to be kind of like a dual duvet and Married into Crazy. We're inviting folks to come out and just enjoy it, have a great time. We always talk about different ways to really build your relationship. And I think this is a fun, unique way. And, hey, and if you've got a dual duvet, and it's cold in the house, you can bring that into the into the camera as well. But
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to turn the air conditioner on that day so I
good
can be
Lord.
wrapped into my dual duvet.
okay, I didn't mean for it to go there. But
Yeah.
but I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yes.
What better
PJs
way of
are well.
actually showing? Yes, thank you. What better way of showing the people how it actually works, right? Than to have it right there with me. So I'm just saying. And I love the we've talked about this for I feel like a long time, that we wanted to do something virtual as far as like a date night. As our motto, we say, as iron sharpens iron, we as couples should be sharpening each other. And what a better way to be able to sharpen another couple than to get together, have fun with some folk that you don't really know, and you never know. You make connections, and it's a way of keeping in touch and just meeting people, being able to laugh and talk amongst each other. I'm competitive. I don't know that Lovey knows anything about any trivia. I'm not like a big trivia, whatever
She is.
type of person. As far as like being in on the knowing about celebrity stuff, you best believe I'm gonna be every chance I get, I'm gonna be on the internet trying to look and see whatever. So, and if he doesn't know something,
Well, I can't wait to see
see. I might get mad.
I can't wait to see the scavenger part.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna be ready to go. I'm be
she
ready.
gets on one.
I'm be ready. Yep.
So listen, folks, look. I think this is a great segue. Every episode, we do a segment that's sponsored by RaiseTheBarMarriage.com. And it's really highlighting the online self-paced coaching program that we have for everyone, but it is sponsored by them. And the purpose is so that in every episode, even before the podcast ends, you can find an opportunity to raise the bar in your relationship, to raise the bar in your marriage with an actionable item that you can start to execute. And this game night is a perfect example of what we wanted to highlight today. What I really want to do is we have try new activities together, right? So explore new hobbies, interests, or adventures together that you might not have normally done. And so I know that, oh wait, no, don't be getting any more ideas.
I have a great one.
Probably has something to do with me cleaning.
Taking the dishes out of the dishwasher. Hey, high five.
No, I'm not going to high five you.
High five me? Poor sportsmanship, man.
But what you can do is participate in the DuDuvet and Married into Crazy game night that's coming up on May 11th.
Yeah.
Right? May 11th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard
May
Time,
11th.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what we'll do is, what you can do is, Kelly, can you give them like how they can sign up?
Sure. Pretty much between me and you, we'll probably have a way to sign up through Instagram, or probably if you're on Married to Crazies, Into Crazies email list, then I'm pretty sure we'll send out a link for you to sign up. If not, then go to Instagram, go to the DuDuvet, and you'll see a posting soon giving you links to be able to sign up. And then once you sign up, you'll get a link to join the virtual date night. It's completely free, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It's completely free. Just all you have to do is just sign up and show up.
Hey, man, I love that. So just sign up, show up, and show out. We're going to have a good time.
You're going to have a good time. As long as my participating partner gets some stuff right and, be able to find some things. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the scavenger hunt. Watch, you guys, do we get to run around the house with the camera and show me like pushing her over? And it's going to be couple versus couple, not like the guys versus the girls, right? It's
depends on how many people we have participating, but one time I did do a couple against each other, and that was hilarious. But usually it'll probably be, if we have a good amount of people, then it'll be couples against couples.
So
y'all got to work together, not apart.
Amen.
Can you say that again out loud for the man over here?
For the people in the back.
Work together, not apart.
Yeah, during COVID, we used to do online workshops, and during our workshops / seminars, one of the activities we had was a scavenger hunt. And we would have anywhere from 7 to 12 couples running through their house looking for things, and it was hilarious.
It was so funny. We barely said go, and I was like, hey, hold on.
There's a bonus that will blow everyone's mind. I can't wait.
Ooh.
Oh,
the
okay.
bonus
I'm excited.
item. There's a bonus item for 2 points. Okay. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so down. I can't wait. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Wait.
So listen, folks. First off, Kelly, thank you for making time to hang out with us. Not just to let everybody know how to save their marriages with the DuDuvet, but also taking the time to make time for other couples to be able to participate in this game night and allowing us to kind of like co-brand it or co-sponsor it as well. What I'd love to do is see a lot of couples participate to find a way to just really spice up your relationship. And it's just about having fun with other couples.
Mm-hmm. And the thing too is we always talk about or we think about marriage ministries, couples ministries in different ways. And not everyone comes to the ministry the same. So we've already said how a lot of couples in the evening, during the quiet hours when that's where strife is. Okay, this is a ministry. You think about it. She's saving some folks irritation, sleepless nights, whatever it is, because those things will impact you during the waking hours when you think about it, right? So shout out to Kelly for her ministry and helping couples not fight, and then also having some enjoyment with each other during the game night. I think that's great. So I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it?
Me too.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank
And
you.
what we'll do is in the show notes, we're going to go ahead and list both of our Instagrams so you can actually keep an eye on it. So when it does pop up, you'll be able to go and see where to register so you can make sure that you're a part of it. And I'm even going to throw out a challenge right now. Go over to Amazon.com, look up the Dual Duvet, get your Dual Duvet.
Yes.
You know, we have the white one. It's beautiful with the shams.
And another thing, I'm so sorry. I just want to say this for people who may be afraid to buy a white. You know, we have a 4-year-old in our home. He's everywhere. He's like the Tasmanian devil. But, you know, they're okay. Stay off the whatever. It's not like, oh, as soon as you waste something on it, because he's dropped a few things. I'm like, why are you in my room with that anyway? But don't be afraid to get the white. Don't be afraid to get it.
And if you're thinking, okay, I don't really want white. Look, you can go over to the dualduvet.com and get yourself the slate gray color as well.
Which is very pretty also.
So anyway, so you have a couple of options. Get those prior to May 11th. So that way you can showcase it, you know, maybe sitting on the couch and, you know, one person has it down, the other person has it up, whatever. You know, I'm just putting that out there, just letting you know. So, hey, Kelly, once again, thank you for joining us. Mm-hmm. And we're looking forward to game night.
May 11th.
May 11th. Yes. Keep an eye out for all the information. And until the next time.
Be blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey. Please like, subscribe to, and review the show wherever you access it, and tell a friend about us. Visit marriedintocrazy.com and see how Snooks and Lovey can bless your marriage directly.